Hello world, this is Joe Strout with MiniScript and MiniMicro and another coffee break coding. Today we're going to play around with sounds in MiniMicro. So let's start by changing directory to syssounds. Use a dir command to list the files. And then we can use the view command, which normally you use to preview images, but you can also use it to preview sounds. So let's try view airburst.wave. And I hope you can hear that. Up arrow repeats the last command. Let's do another one. Cha-ching. How about electric guitar C4.wave? I like that one. We're going to make a little music program out of that one. First, let's play around with it a little bit on the command line, though. So let's S for sound equals file.load sound, electric guitar C4, and I don't need to give a path because we're already in this directory that contains that file. Now I can do s.play, and that does the same thing as the view command. But the sound.play method can take up to 3 parameters: the volume, the left-right stereo pan, and the speed, which also affects the pitch. So if we want to play it softer, we specify a volume less than 1. And if we want to play a note twice as high, then we would play at a speed of 2. So volume 1, left-right pan of 0, and a speed of 2. Twice as high, that's an octave higher. If we want to play it an octave lower, then we would play it at half speed. Get a nice deep sound. Now at normal speed, the sound is a recording of note C4, which is note C in octave 4. Every musical note has a name like C4, and also has a number like 60, and a frequency. Here's a little diagram that shows the note names and numbers for a few octaves on the piano keyboard. So you can see note C4 is also known as middle C, is note 60 right here. Now you can find the frequency of any note using a function in MiniMicro called noteFreq. And we're going to use that to find the frequencies of other notes near the middle of the keyboard here. So for example, the frequency of note 60, which is middle C, is noteFreq of 60. And this is just the frequency in hertz of that note. That's just physics. But if we wanted to find the frequency of a note 5 notes higher, then we could do noteFreq 65. And it's a different frequency. We can use this information to play our guitar at a different note. The speed that we need is just the frequency of the note we want divided by the frequency of note 60, which is what the sound was recorded at. So for example, we could do, let's see, s.play 10 noteFreq 65 divided by noteFreq 60, and that's five notes higher. So let's use this to make a little program to play the guitar using the keys on our keyboard. I'm going to use the reset command to clear everything out of memory, and then edit to launch the code editor. Let's see, the first thing we need to do in our program is load the sound. And I'm going to use a full path to the sound here because we'll probably save this program somewhere else. We don't want to depend on being in the sounds directory. So syssounds, elect guitar, C4.wave. And then we're going to define what notes we want to play. Again, referencing this keyboard. I'm going to use the number keys on my keyboard to play. So there's 10 numbers, so I'll go from this note, 59, up to, let's see, I can reach up to 74, 10 notes. Skipping the black keys for now, just staying in the key of C major for the music buffs out there. So those notes are 59, 60, 62, 64, 65, 67, 69, 71, 72, and 74, if I did that right. Okay. Now, we're going to need an infinite loop so that we can keep playing notes as long as we want. So I'll say while true, hit shift return, and it fills in the end while for me. And we'll just get a key using key.get. The key.get method will wait for the user to press any key on the keyboard, and then it'll return the character that they press. So that'll return a string containing, the number 3 if I press the 3 key, for example. I want to convert that to a number. So I'll do num equals val of k minus 1, and that'll work fine to convert a press of number 1 into 0, which would be index 0 in our notes list. That works fine for all the numbers except 0. 0 would give us -1, which is, actually, now that I think about it, just fine. So never mind. So let's just get the note out of our notes list. And the reason that'll work for 0 is because when I index into a list with an index of -1, it just counts from the end, and that'll give us this last note. So that should work fine. Now let's print out the note. This is just to help us understand what's going on. So we're going to print out note, and then a dash, and the frequency of the note, which I'm going to round to the nearest whole number, and then a reminder that the frequency is in hertz. That just means number of cycles per second. It's all physics again. Don't worry about it too much. And then we're going to do our sound.play. And this is just like I did on the command line a second ago. Volume of 1, pan of 0, and then the note frequency of the note we want, divided by note frequency of 60, because our electric guitar sound was recorded for note 60. And that is pretty much that. I'm just going to hit the play button and try. Oh, and I've made an error. Undefined identifier on line 7. Let's check that out. Problem is really on line 6. I meant to say note equals notes of num. Some of you may have noticed that when I was typing it. I hope it didn't cause too much confusion. But yeah, I want to get just a single note out of my list of notes, and I'm calling it note. Now let's try. Okay. How about that? We have a guitar with actually a few more notes than that. I started at number 2. I'll start down here at number 1. Go as high as that. So that's pretty cool. I could play a song. So that's some good fun. I'm going to hit Control-C to break out of that. Let's do one more thing before we end our coffee break. Let's make it play a chord. A chord in music is just 2 notes or more played at the same time. So let's edit our program, and let's add another line here, sound.play, volume 1, pan 0, note frequency of our note plus 5. So we're going to play a note 5 notes higher than the note that was selected. And now hit the run button. And now we should be playing chords. Pretty cool. Let's play a song. A little smoke on the water. Alright, I'm having too much fun, so I'll quit. That's it for today. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you had some fun with this. If that looked like fun and you want to learn even more MiniScript and MiniMicro, go to miniscriptpress.com, where you can buy all sorts of MiniScript merch, including the new book, Learn to Code in 30 Days with MiniScript and MiniMicro. This will take you from square one to creating your own algorithms and programs in just 30 chapters, including making games and sprites and fun stuff with sound like we did today. So I hope you'll give that a try and find it fun, and I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thanks for watching.